What's up guys, it's Anthony from Hawkeye Rides bringing you this 2020 Range Rover Velar. So with the SVR Autobiography Velar, you're going to get the upgraded 15.5 inch brakes in the front, 15.6 inch in the rear. This is all derived by the SV Special Operation Team. So you're going to get that with your suspension, with your braking, 550 horsepower in this bad boy V8 supercharged Velar. With the Autobiographies, you're going to get that grain in between in the Range Rover. You're going to get your LED headlights. You're also going to get in the vehicle the easy access, which you push it and the buttons go in. Easy access to open the doors as well. 22 inch, these are polished wheels. These are also upgrades for the 2020 model besides your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Looking at the way the aerodynamics and the lines run through the car, I think they did an immaculate job. This is a small compact SUV. However, it's not much smaller than the Range Rover Sport. This weighs about 4,700 pounds. You also do have your double wishbone suspension in this one, as well as your air ride suspension on top of it. With the SV, you're gonna get that nice Autobiography signature. You're gonna get the quad with the chrome tip exhaust system as well. This one does have the effortless open to close trunk. This model doesn't have where you can lower the suspension in the rear. However, they do have that as an option where you would push it in the back, it'll lower the suspension or raise it to make it easy and accessible for any animals to get in or to put any luggage in. Effortless closing, one push touch in this Range Rover Velar Autobiography. Any angle that you cut this vehicle, it's going to look dramatic and it's going to look refined and it's going to look very luxurious. When you go inside the cabin, you're going to see the two-toned, also contrast stitching. You're also going to get the diamond stitched 4 climate control AC. So you got 2 for the front, 2 for the rear, heated in the back, heated ventilated in the front. This does have the 825 watt upgraded surround sound inside as well. Going inside the cabin for the driver, you have multiple functionalities, upgraded 10-inch infotainment touchscreen navigation. You're also going to have the bottom cluster, which is also touchscreen for your AC and for your driving modes. Then you also have on the driver's side, instead of a regular odometer, you're now going to have an odometer. It kind of mimics the Jaguar. However, it's the same interface, but you now have a screen derived that you could change into different settings, which we'll go over as well. With these upgraded 22-inch wheels, which is a new feature for the 2020, besides Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, otherwise it's the same exact car, you also get these really nice lines, which we're saying, with the lights that just integrate in and is just covered with the hood line. Range Rover here, Range Rover badging with the Land Rover to back up all this 550 horsepower V8 supercharged engine. Here's your V8, 550 horsepower, 502 pounds of torque, 4x4. This is going after your AMG GLE 63 Mercedes-Benz, your Porsche Cayenne Turbo, and your BMW X5 M. This is legendary off-road class. Also with this, 0 to 64.3 seconds, top speed at 170 miles per hour, 45% more power than a P380, which is a V6, 380 horsepower Velar. So now we're gonna do the start of this SV Autobiography Velar to show you what that 550 horsepower sounds like. When you push the button to turn the vehicle on, as you see, the navigation screen will adjust to you, so it makes it easier in that perspective. Touch screen, you just touch it and there you are in the navigation. If you want to look at your camera views, you can also do that as well. You could turn on and off your parking. You could do the 360, which is what we have it in here, or you could do the pictures here, which will show you any of the vehicle, and you can also touch on the part of the vehicle however you want to see it. Over here on this screen, which is really nice as well, you have different settings here for your driving modes, like we were saying, and then you can also do for your climate control settings. This one has dual in the front, dual in the back. This one also does have your heated and ventilated seats, which you would just do on the touch screen there. Going into your climate control there, you can sync it so everybody's at the same level, and you could just turn the knobs. Very nice knobs. Going into the vehicle settings to change whatever ride mode you want. If you're in sand, if you're in mud, if you're doing any type of grade where you want to raise or lower the ride height, you can do that as well. Your active exhaust here, this will go into different settings, but all the settings on this screen is only derived for your driving, your comfort, for your climate control, and your seat, for your AC and ventilated seats. This top screen is basically for everything else. So your navigation, your media, your phone settings, just swipe gestures. You also have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You could do your web browser search, voice command. You could put in different settings, your 4x4, Bluetooth, your ambiance lighting, so forth and so on. On this side here, you can also customize it as well. You do have the functionality on the steering wheel here, and then you also have it here as well. You have the heated seats. You also have for your assistance for your steering and your adaptive cruise control, paddle shifters here, which are made out of aluminum, and then you have your 3 seat settings for the driver. You also have them for the passenger. And this is your rear climate control. You can see the dual climate control here. Again, just push it for your seat settings for the heated seats, and you can just turn it up and down. Very simple, automatic. You can turn up and down. You got a 12 volt here as well. You got some storage capacity here. Also, it's a really cool little design here. You can hang up your clothes, so that way if you're just driving to work, very easy. Very clean and refined interior in this SV Velar. So we're gonna show you the power in this baby. This is a nice V8. We got it in sports mode. You can definitely hear that exhaust note. It's just beautiful. Now we're going to demonstrate to you all of the tech. So as you're seeing in the camera, the car is 100% steering and 100% driving, not touching the pedals, not touching the steering wheel. We added some extra cameras so that way you can actually see it more in depth. The only thing that I dislike about it is it wants you to touch the steering wheel a lot quicker than other vehicles in its class. As you see on the odometer, it's saying touch the steering wheel, put your hands on it, let go. So you have to do it, it seems like every 30-40 seconds, give or take. I've had the vehicle in my possession for a little while, and from what I've noticed, it's about every 30-40 seconds. I do like the heads-up display. I do like the dash configuration. I really am blown away by the design of this Range Rover Velar. So a couple of packages that you can add is a locking rear differential. You can also add off-roading package kit, which would make it more for off-roading derived. However, the vehicle as it sets is already derived for off-roading. You do have the functionality in the infotainment. You can just change it into the sand settings or off-roading settings. It does have 6 different select modes in the vehicle, not including how many different functionalities you have with the seats in the front. Plus you also have the electronic seats that move in the back. So I mean, full round, this is definitely a great luxury SUV for any family of 5. So a couple of things that I dislike about this vehicle, because every vehicle, none of them are perfect. They do have some plastic in which for this price tag, I don't feel it's good. So you'll see hopefully on the other camera, they got a lot of plastic here in the center console area. This black polish is really nice. However, it should be like a aluminum type texture. It's plastic. I don't like how they leave the cup holders exposed. There's no cover for them. The door panels I think are good. They really did a great job because it kind of cocoons your hand inside, so it almost feels like a massage seat. It doesn't have massage or anything like that, just the way it sets. Otherwise, I like Alcantara headliner. The dash, really good job. The speaker system with the tweeters here, and you got dual speakers in both door panels. Great job if you get the 825 watt stereo system. A lot of configuring. As you're driving the vehicle, you will notice that some of this configuring, because it doesn't go back to like a different setting or like a home page, you have to constantly hit it. So if you go into, driver mode settings, you cannot just click into your AC. You have to actually go into the AC settings here. So obviously, as you keep the car for days and years, you would memorize where things are and you don't have to look at it so much. It's just as a beginner, I wish it would kind of, sync back to like a home page where you would just click AC, this, that, or it would go back to the page you were at before, which was the AC. So now you can see that reverse camera, and they do the same thing as Jaguar as well. They both are the same company, so that's obviously why. It just basically shows you your reverse camera when you have it in reverse. In this vehicle, it does have your parallel parking, your perpendicular parking, and your parking exit. That is a feature that is on this Range Rover as well. So now if we click into the home button, if you want to see the 360 camera, you just click onto the camera, and now you can see the 360 camera. You can also double click on certain areas of the vehicle so you can see all around it. Just to show you, the layout is literally the same type of layout as the Jaguars. It's the only disadvantage. However, I think they did do a good job with the layouts, because now you have the navigation here, so you could have like a 3 different screen. It is one screen. This one does have the heads-up display as well. And I'd like to thank Land Rover here at St. Petersburg, Florida, for giving us this Range Rover Velar SV Autobiography for our car review. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Click in the description so you get all the details we do at Hawkeye Rides.